You're here in Mississippi now. What is the night before the game like for the head coach?
A lot of chance for reflection. I care about our players a lot. I love to see them succeed. I love to see them handle challenges, and a lot of prediction of what will happen the next day. And you try to stay in the present and focus only on the things that will be helpful. But to say that your mind doesn't wander to possible outcomes, different things, it does. The fun thing for me is Holly and the boys come on all our away trips, and so we actually have some pretty intimate moments just together as a family and talking about the life of a football coach, how it affects us as a family, and a chance just to have some pretty deep conversation, which is nice.
But you get a full night's sleep, I'm sure, right?
You know, surprisingly, the night before the game really isn't the issue. The night after the game is usually the one I don't sleep very well. Regardless of win or loss, I normally replay the game in my head a lot of different times and think about things we could have done better and possibly improve for the program. And yeah, so I'm usually okay the night before.
Is there any more anxiety or anticipation because it's the season opener?
Sure, especially being a long way from home, playing an unfamiliar opponent with new systems to try to predict what they're going to do. Some conditions that are a little bit unique for us. But I do trust our players. I do trust our coaches. I know how they've been prepared, and that will give us a great baseline for moving forward, no matter what the outcome.
Coach, all throughout fall camp, and especially this week leading up to Ole Miss, you've seemed to have more confidence in your team this season than you have in years past. Is that accurate?
You know, I'm not sure if it's more confidence. Maybe it's just I have settled into my role as head coach more, and I think I have a better idea after 6 years and a lot of games that we've played, a lot of games that we've won, some that we've lost, just I think how to handle it all. And so maybe that's coming across. Besides, I do think we have a good team, but I think it might just come with maybe some just personal sense of security, or maybe a little bit more at ease with what I'm doing.
Coach, it affects the offensive side of the ball more than defensive, and you're the defensive coordinator, but you were really healthy all during fall camp. When you find out, even if they're lower on the depth chart, guys like Devin Mahina and Riker Matthews, when they go down this close to the season opener, how does that affect your team?
It certainly affects us. The thing that affects me most now as the head coach is seeing players get hurt. It's my least favorite thing, and in Riker's case, we thought it was just a turf toe injury, and then I got word yesterday that it might be more significant than that. And there's still a little bit of ambiguity as to what exactly will happen with Riker, and whether he can play at all or whether his season is lost. But it's just so close to the game. It affects your team, it affects depth, and it affects just how you plan.
Practice is done, your coaching is basically done. What do you want your guys to do in these next 22 hours as they get ready for the game?
I'd like them to go to the fireside and help other people. I'd like others to hear our story, what we're trying to accomplish, see what BYU is really all about, possibly hear some of the things that we believe, and maybe leave a lasting impact, not only how we play on the field, but what we have to say tonight in the fireside through spoken word and music as well. And I think when you can put all those things together, that's what BYU football is.
Coach, last year as you're getting ready for the season opener, Tom Holmoe announces BYU's going independent. Conference realignment is the elephant in the room again this year. How do you avoid that being a distraction?
There's just no time for it. You know, the amount of preparation and energy it takes just to get to this point at the hotel the night before a game is exhausting, and there's no room for any thought regarding that for tonight, tomorrow, going into the next game, etc. And whatever happens and whatever happens on a national landscape, Tom will keep me abreast of that, but I can't concern myself with it.
How and when did you find out last year that BYU was going independent?
Don't remember. There had been discussions, and I was being informed along the way. I don't remember the timing, nor do I remember the circumstances on the final decision, other than I was included, but again, there was so much going on, the timetable, it's all a blur.
I know Tom Holmoe kept you in the loop and things, but did you have input last year in the decision to go independent?
They asked my input, and I gave them that, and then I told them I'd be very supportive of whatever they chose, and that's how it worked.
Have they asked for your input again this season?
No, I don't think it's even close to being at that state yet.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks a lot.